So the second example is we're going to plot a point, and then we're going to come up with more than one way to represent that point, because that can be done with polar coordinates. So where am I going to find the point 3, negative 3 pi over 4? Which quadrant? Third quadrant. Right? Negative 3 pi over 4 means, starting here, go 3 pi over 4. Right? Positive 3 pi over 4 is here. Negative 3 pi over 4 is here. So we would be on the radius of 3, so about right in the middle, right there, right? So that is our point, 3, negative 3 pi over 4. Now, in between negative 2 pi and positive 2 pi, how could I find another angle that's coterminal with negative 3 pi over 4? Add 2 pi, right? So if you add 2 pi, negative 3 pi over 4 plus 2 pi, right? That's our unit circle value for that spot, which is 5 pi over 4. So we could just as easily represent that same point as 3, 5 pi over 4. Okay, well, what would happen if you subtracted 2 pi? From negative 3 pi over 4, you would be negative 2 and 3/4 pi, which is not between negative 2 pi and 2 pi. So no, you cannot subtract. Right? We still need 2 more representations, right? And you probably wouldn't think of this, but after you see it once, you'll say, okay, if that's the way you do it, that's the way I'll do it. If I went to an angle which is exactly pi, or 180 degrees on the other side, right, and used a negative radius, that means that instead of going this direction, I'm going this direction. So what is this angle right here? If it's across from 3 pi over 4, it's just pi over 4, right? So we can say that another way to represent this point is negative 3 and positive pi over 4 for the angle. So it means that it looks like the angle's going off that way, but because the radius is negative, we're going in the opposite direction. We end up at the same spot. Right? That's how we got the third. We still need one more angle. This is with an angle which is positive. How could I find a coterminal angle which is negative with pi over 4? Subtract 2 pi, right? So pi over 4 minus 2 pi is negative 7 pi over 4. So there's our last representation of this point. Negative 3, negative 7 pi over 4. Yeah, John. They're always in radians. I'm not sure I saw in there that they have to be, but everything they've done, it's in radians. So sometimes, we tend to think in degrees because, I don't know, for some of us it seems easier.